All right, welcome back. Now, I shared this story on the most recent live stream, I do believe, sort of toward the end of the live stream. And it stood out to me, obviously, for obvious reasons, because it's so old. That's the first thing. Okay? This is from 2001, 23 years ago. Understand that's kind of a long time. Those of you who are Generation X, don't you think that there's a big gap between the year 2000 and the year 1978, 77? There's a huge difference, totally different society. But things have slowed down a bit. This is the early stages of the internet and media outlets, primarily using the internet to make public stories. And I don't know for sure, but it looks like they tried to lie. Well, they did lie, but I think they knew that they were lying. But because this was the early stages, they had not mastered how they wanted to package this scenario. Because I don't believe this is the first time it ever happened. I believe there's been people being attacked by their own dogs while they were having a seizure that was happening all throughout the 90s. 80s, 70s, etc. So I wanted to do a stream to emphasize the fact that this is a pattern. Because if you notice in this article, they tried to project it as a off situation, like, oh, Rover was trying to help. It knew that she needed help and tried to help her. Oh, and accidentally bit her multiple times. Probably ripped her throat out. Bet you anything. The dog ripped her throat out. What, no 1 or 2 puncture wounds? It was a punctured neck. And they spun it and lied to the public. Now, how dare you lie to us? You know what that's going to do? Put more people in danger. So let's go through time as best we can. There's been so many stories like this. Many of us have forgotten. 3 at the most, maybe 4, stands out in our minds. Most of us remember only 3 or 4 cases. Let's stay mindful that it's not. No, it's not 3 or 4 cases. Y'all remember this one from 2020. Dog owner died after being bitten by his dog that he had from a puppy while having an epileptic seizure. Understand, their desire to attack you is so strong that it doesn't matter if you've raised them from a puppy. Once you go into having a seizure, it might just decide to delete you. Why? Because you look like you're dying when you're having a seizure. Okay, and when you're dead, if a dog knows you're dead, the only thing it cares about is the fact that it can eat you. A dead body means a big meal in the mind of a worthless mutant. Bronson, the owner was Jonathan Halstead. And look at how they put it to the public. The protective pet dragged Jonathan under the bed in an apparent bid to shelter him before growling at the father in paramedic. Shelter him from what? Dumb dog is not that smart. It thought it had a meal. It thought it had a kill. You're having a seizure, you're making a bunch of sounds, and you sound like an injured and look like injured prey. You know how they say that instincts override everything else. Once you start to look like an injured prey, you're on the ground, probably foaming at the mouth, look like you're about to die. In the dog's mind, I'm about to have a meal here very soon. And, okay, there's fireworks. You might hear fireworks. I'm about to have a meal here, and it's going to be a warm meal. They don't care that you raised them from a worthless puppy. Very, very crazy stuff. Eventually, after a standoff, a firearms officer was summoned. Okay, we get the point. That was 2020. That was reported, right? There's another teenager had his throat ripped out by his own dog after collapsing in an epileptic fit. This was a different dude. This was a Mexican. Miguel Hernandez. That's right. You saw it was 2020 when this was reported. You probably thought it was the same as the other. No, it's a whole different case. What is it about you having a seizure that makes dogs want to attack you? You look in pain. You look like you're in pain. You look incapacitated. See, dogs are so dumb, they probably think that you're actually being mauled in those moments. Even though they can't see nothing attacking you. They just see the results of an attack. You down there shaking, trembling, look like you in pain. They figure, might as well finish you off. That's what it is. I know it's hard for dog lovers to accept because you think the dog loves you. Hey, you keep thinking. Keep thinking that if you want. I kind of like the fireworks in the background. This feels like a celebration. Giving the truth to the general public. 2 flown to the hospital after dog attack in Inglewood. This is 2022. 2 flown to hospital. I like how they tried to hide the scenario. They made sure not to put what really happened in the headline. Why? When it's such a juicy headline. Okay, here you go. Right here. Rescue crews said they were responding to reports of a woman having a seizure. When they arrived, they found the woman was having a seizure and she had puncture wounds on her neck because her worthless mutt attacked her. Oh, what a loving creature, like the thumbnail says, right? Y'all go on and on, it's so loving. Dogs are the world, angels sent from heaven. But when you look at their behavior, it's devilish, it's demonic. It's heartless. It's soulless. They be raising these things from puppies, have a seizure, and they start attacking them, finish them off. January 2016. This is from 2016. Preston dog attack victim was having a seizure. This is Liam Houston. I'm saying their names just to let y'all know these are different cases. Having a seizure. A man who died after being attacked by his own dog was having an epileptic seizure when he was hurt by the dog. Worthless, good for nothing, heartless, soulless piece of trash. That's what they are. You can lie to yourself and call them angels all you want. When we look at the evidence, look at how they function on the planet, we see a little demonic trash. He was treated by paramedics, but later died. The dog was not even a banned breed. Oh boy, this is terrible stuff. Terrible stuff. So in other words, these people probably would have lived had their dog not killed them after they started having an epileptic fit. Right here close to home in Ohio, dogs have been getting busy on their owners during a seizure. Former Ohio woman recovering after being mauled by adopted pit bull as she suffers brain seizure. August 8th, 2012. Oh, yes. Oh, the loving pooch. He would never hurt me. Right? You look like you're in pain. Understand, ain't no dog go try to help you or save you by sinking its teeth into your throat. They know when they sink their teeth into you. That's why they never accidentally bite their puppies. They use their teeth. They don't hurt them. Y'all know it. Dog lovers, you just being dishonest and lying to yourself. Your dog does not love you. Just deal with it. Unbelievable. And understand they're specific. Her name was Sarah Zebro, 30-year-old. Dog suddenly attacked after she went into a seizure. That's right. These old demonic, wicked, good for nothing, mutated potato head beasts, turd-faced mutants. This is how we always should have been talking about these things. We should have never started with that spaced out nuttery. The Blade reported a woman dying from a dog bite to the neck. This also in Ohio. Her name was Emily Call. Emily Call. See, these are all different cases. All different cases. And she was having it. And you know what else happened? And this was in Toledo. You know what else happened shortly after this? And y'all remember, I know y'all remember this. Shortly after this happened, this dude, also from Toledo, was attacked by his dog during a seizure. And they even pointed out, you see, that name, Emily Call, was just recently killed by a pit bull in Toledo, suffering a grand mal seizure. Oh, but they love you. Oh, see, this is why when they show videos of dogs, they always got to have the music in the background. It's mandatory. You need the music so that you don't get the feeling that you're looking at a killer. They play this kiddie music to give you the feeling that you're looking at a baby. No. Make sure you're playing horror music when you look at these things. Mom was fatally mauled by pit bull while having seizure. Family says dog was trying to help. Y'all remember I played a video of this, and her daughter wanted to keep that dog alive. Her daughter was up there talking about it was trying to help her. I really believe it was trying to help her. No, this is a pattern. It wanted to kill her. See, y'all, you lie to yourself for so long, you really believe the dog has a good character, a humane character. Again, making yourself primitive, making yourself dumb. How about y'all stop lying to yourself? How about that? That way you won't be all confused and goofy. Good Lord. What's her name? Oh, we getting all their name. Melissa Astacio. I don't know how to pronounce your name. This is a different case. I am not doing any repeat cases. This took place in Massachusetts. No repeat cases. 11:04 p.m. Okay, fireworks, 4th of July. Look at this nutter right here. This video went viral of this woman who I guess she trains service dogs. And this is supposedly a seizure alert dog. The title of the stream is real. These people have what they call seizure alert dogs. If you have seizures, A dog is the last thing you want around. Okay? Let's be clear about that. So in this video, she fakes having a seizure, and she, I guess, has trained the dog to scoot underneath her like this when she's having a seizure, and you see she gives it some food right there. So when she has a seizure, the dog is supposed to help prevent her from killing herself by banging her head against the floor. Don't that seem like a pretty worthless perk? I'm not impressed. I'm not impressed. This just looks like philia behavior. That's what this looks like to me. Okay? This looks like a love relationship to me. This is pathetic. Look at this turd. This moving turd. Desperate for food. And it's just doing this for food, because she keep giving it food after it do this. Look at this living turd. Stinking mutant. Ma'am, most likely you ain't gonna be on the ground doing this stupidness. What you doing with your head? If you gonna fall or have a seizure, I mean, look, I've never seen anybody have a seizure like that, where they're on the ground just smacking their head against the ground. This goofy nutter. Look at her. Stop it. Lady, get up. Get up. This woman, this video is so pathetic. I don't know how it went viral, but it's so pathetic, she disabled the comment section. What you do that for? Video currently got 2.7 million views. She turned it off because they was roasting her. This is the era where dog lovers get roasted. So you need to get out away from this culture. What's wrong with y'all? What is wrong with y'all? Y'all can't see this coming? Y'all should have saw this coming years ago. I'm about to call him Kenneth Clark. Why do I keep forgetting that lawyer's name? The OG who kicked off the crusade. I don't know. Something. I have a brain glitch. But he should have signaled y'all's gradual downfall. That was 1999 he set this off. Because I would, listen, if I was y'all, I'd be embarrassed to be a part of this cult. Dog lover cult. Have anything to do with dog culture. Oh, we're not done. I said it to Pattern that these things attack you after you go into a seizure. Who's the expert here? Us. Not your nutter trainers that you get Instagram account access to. It's a whole different case. This was, y'all probably remember this, Wiggy Sims. Probably remember because of his name. It's a unique name. Wiggy. It's N. Wiggy Sims, right? I guess that's his nickname. All I remember is Wiggy. Well, you see what that says? Mauled to death after collapsing from having a seizure. So, you having a seizure actually signals to the dog, come finish me off. I don't have to do much to convince. Evidence speaks for itself. I'm just throwing in some extra babbling. Listen to this.
Dog was involved. Details about a man who died in Kitchener yesterday and how his dog was involved. A warning, it may be disturbing to some viewers. Emergency crews descended on a Hoffman Street apartment early Thursday afternoon, where they say there was a person who had been bitten by the animal. CTV's Krista Simpson joins us with more. Krista, you spoke to a woman who says she was the victim's girlfriend.
Alex, and she says that she and one of her children were there during the attack. She wasn't able to share her story on camera today, but she did speak to me on the phone, and she says there is no doubt in her mind that the dog...
Whoa. His lady and kid was there and saw it? You know how traumatizing that is? For the kid to even see you having a seizure is going to traumatize him. Then to see the dog latch onto your throat during the seizure? Y'all better be honest with that kid and tell him the truth about it. If y'all try to teach him that dog's a man's best friend going forward, y'all gonna drive him crazy. This all come from lying and being dishonest, being goofy and delusional. This dog culture got to go.
There is no doubt in her mind that the dog is to blame for the death. This dog taken away from the apartment where police are investigating whether it played a role.
Look at the blood. It was mauling him for a long time. They never snap out of it because you got to be humane to snap out of it.
In its owner's death. The victim is being identified as Andrew Cotchett. His girlfriend Sabrina says he had epilepsy and was having a seizure yesterday. She says the dog was protective of its owner during these events in the past.
Yeah. He raised it from a puppy. Shut up.
This time, she says it went ballistic.
Yeah, because it's a dumb dog. See, a lot of you think, oh, not my dog. I have a seizure. It helps me. Okay, one day it might just decide to off you. That's what it is. At the end of the day, it's a dog. A mutant with a mutated brain. It don't even function like normal animals. Y'all better get with the program, man.
Protective of its owner during these events in the past. This time, she says it went ballistic and attacked his throat. She tried to pull the dog off, but could not. She says she called emergency crews and screamed.
You think that dog didn't know what it was doing? It went after the throat. It went for the kill. Y'all still trust these stupid things? Wow. You think this thing don't know what a throat is? That dog said, die. This the man's best friend that y'all love so much? You having a seizure, it said die. Get out of here.
Not. She says she called emergency crews and screamed, hoping someone could help. Waterloo Regional Police say the victim was pronounced dead on the scene. The dog was ultimately removed in a van belonging to the Kitchener-Waterloo Humane Society. They wouldn't comment further today, citing the police investigation. The investigation is now in the hands of a Hamilton coroner to determine...
Ain't nothing to investigate.
...the exact cause of death.
Wow. They're still trying to comfort dog lovers.
His girlfriend says the dog is a mix of...
In case some of y'all didn't catch that. Wow.
Citing the police investigation. The investigation is now in the hands of a Hamilton coroner to determine the exact cause of death. Cotchett's girlfriend says the dog is a mix of boxer and bulldog. She says Cotchett owned it since it was a pup.
Boxer and bulldog. A mix of bully and bully. Look at it. See what I mean? These nutters out here, oh, it's not a pit bull. See, not a pit bull. They're all the same.
She says Cotchett owned it since it was a puppy and it was well taken care of. She had no reason to believe it would be aggressive. She's remembered.
Well, yes, she did. It's a dog. And if you don't acknowledge that, you're just dumb.
Remembering Cotchett as an amazing man who, in her words, was so sweet to me. No word today from the coroner on their investigation.
Don't need none. Thank you very much. What's his name? Andrew Cotchett. Have anybody, y'all been keeping count of the number of cases like this? We got more. Gotta say each victim's name. Let me know if I say the same name twice. A Venice woman mauled in the face by her own dog. This surfaced 2012. Sarah Jane Zybro. Okay, have we mentioned her yet? I don't think so. See that? Police believe she suffered a seizure and fell to the floor. For some reason, authorities say, her pit bull attacked her and ripped into her face. So, you start having a seizure, that's a signal to your dog, come finish me off. Come send me to the upper room. Okay, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go see God, my creator, or the devil. Goodness gracious. Neighbors were stunned to hear that the pit bull, which seemed loyal, attacked it. It's a dog, people. I've never seen the dogs do anything but obey her. I bet a lot of you dog lovers can say the same thing. Oh, my dog does everything I tell it to do. And you're proud, and you feel like a control freak. Oh, I got so much power. Well, one day that mutt just might off you. I don't know how you can be proud to have any amount of control over something so dumb and worthless and counterproductive to space itself. Now, can you believe, y'all see that? According to a behaviorist, the dog may have been actually trying to help. Do y'all believe that at this point? Do y'all believe these dogs are actually trying to help them? Why try to help by doing that? One of these victims literally had their throat ripped out. You really think it was trying to help when your throat is missing? Okay, you can't make this up, man. Let's move on. Man dies, okay? All right, this is horrible. This is horrible, even for me reflecting on this. I've done videos like this before, but even just doing it again, this is crazy.
That's why it's a shocker to everybody. It wasn't just like he was just mean.
11 at 11 is learning new details tonight about a tragedy in Uniontown. Police found a man dead on the floor and his dog biting his neck. We first told you about the incident as break.
Okay, you see, he was already dead, dog still biting his neck. That's the case with many of these cases I just dealt with. What does that mean? It's not trying to help. It's trying to kill. That's why it continues to attack even after you're dead. You think they don't know when you're dead? Don't lie to yourself. You're not going to lie to yourself over here, dog lovers.
Breaking news at 6, but tonight at this point it's still not clear if that man died from a medical condition or from the dog bites.
Slap yourself. Slap yourself. He probably could have survived the seizure. He could not have survived his throat being ripped out. What type of statement is that? They're saying that, oh, he could have died before the dog is. Shut up.
Channel 11's Michelle Newell spoke to a family friend tonight who says they're shocked by this discovery.
I was shocked. I was so shocked.
You're shocked because you ain't us. We ain't shocked. Y'all better get y'all nose in the book, man. We some 24 years deep into the internet. Everybody, the internet's supposed to make everybody a little smarter. Y'all better get with the program.
I almost I don't even know how to explain it.
Still in disbelief over what happened on this quiet street in Uniontown.
It just wasn't that the dog just got mean and just attacked. He went into a seizure. It was dark in the room, and the dog got frightened.
For Kelsey Matlock.
Got frightened? Dark in the room? Stop it. Frightened of what, ma'am? What are you talking about? Ain't nothing scary about seeing somebody on the floor trembling. Do y'all know when you're on the floor flat, animals view that as submission. You're in a submissive posture because that's what they do when they want to submit. They get flat. That is not a threatening scenario. Not even for a dog. Stop it.
Homer Utterback, who they called Buddy, was like an uncle. His dog Petey, like a member of the family for 10 years. That's why Wednesday night doesn't seem real.
They were
No, it doesn't seem real because you've been lying to yourself, calling it a member of the family. Had you been looking at it like a dumb killer that it is, listen to these people.
It doesn't seem real.
They were close. That's why it's a shocker to everybody.
Uniontown police don't know what triggered Petey that
So
night.
what it is, people, it's what it sounds like. That's a trigger for them. It triggers their instinct in some way. In some way, you strongly signal to the dog that you are dying, and it signals to the dog, come finish it. Finish it. Just like how they target a sick animal in a herd, right? Or one that's limping or something, look like something wrong with it. Go after the ones that's already sort of disabled and impaired and make your job a lot easier. The instinct to do that is stronger than looking at you as a fur mommy that raised it from a puppy. Y'all be assuming these things are humane, and to some extent, that is a strike against your intelligence. I'm sorry, I hate to be the one to tell you.
But they do know it was unlike any other dog attack they've responded to.
A lot of dog bites and some bad ones. This is by far the most, tragic.
Police say the wounds the dog caused were to vital parts of Utterback's body, but they told Channel 11 it's not clear what actually caused his death, and police won't know until the autopsy comes back.
A very nice guy. I don't have a bad thing to say about him or his family. It's a tragedy. You hate to see it.
Especially for Utterback's girlfriend, who the family says is still in disbelief.
She's crying. She just can't stop. So we're just trying to comfort her the most we can.
Okay. Now, this is a 52-year-old man. His name was Homer Utterback. Have I said that name already? No. These are all different cases. Check this out. Oh boy. I'm going to just let this sit here for a second. There's a lot to learn, isn't it? So much to learn. And I get such a high learning, reading, doing research. I'm such a nerd. So apparently, dogs can smell when seizures are about to begin. And they're saying that scientists have discovered this. Really? So before these people go into a seizure, the dog probably already gotten the heads up, probably already sensed it, and they was prepared. So once you collapsed, went into a seizure, boom, just pounced on you immediately. But they say they can detect telltale scent linked to epileptic seizures, raising the possibility that they could be trained to reliably warn owners when a seizure is imminent. Do you really want this particular creature, with the reputation that it has of attacking people during a seizure, you really think this is the way to go? Don't you think we have technology that can keep this in check? Like that robot dog I showed, which is crazy example of how our technology is advanced. We don't need dogs for nothing, especially nothing complex like a epileptic seizure. This is a human affair. Dogs have nothing to do with anybody having no seizure. Other than the fact they should not be around. But this is where the world is headed. Y'all know full well the leaders of this world, they operate like they are just not intelligent. I just listened to a video earlier today somebody was talking about how the president and vice president they can prove that they have a low IQ or low intelligence. It's just real bad. And our scientists are delusional like this. Our professionals, the people who's supposed to be guiding society, are the most delusional liars. Psychopaths. So I hope this is not true. I hope they can't smell, because that make them look even worse. And when you're not having a seizure, something like this going on. I did not miss this story. Surfaced on the 4th of July. I figure we'll finish with a bright, bubbly story like this. Man dead after apparent husky dog attack in Fresno County. Okay, whose dog was it? Whose dog was it? This was his own dog. This was his own. Oh, he was a homeless man, or maybe he wasn't. Or maybe he was his own dog. Doesn't say. But a homeless man. I just shared a story where somebody's dog killed him while he was asleep. So they'll attack you while you're asleep, having a seizure. If you look impaired in any way, if you look vulnerable in any way, they'll attack you if you're only 2 feet tall. All these things do, all they are is a ticking time bomb with thousands of so-called triggers. There's no way for you to argue that it's smart or beneficial to own them. It's impossible. Impossible. Yes, I'm making it where people or critics are not going to want to have a dialogue. Good. That's how some arguments supposed to be like that. A certain perspective or arguments should be so strong, you're not going to have no pushback. We've covered everything. These things are horrible for society and they need to go. Man's best friend, not our worst enemy. No, nothing else can be as thorough of an enemy to humans as dogs. I've lost count after many ways that they just, make life worse. Simple as that. Make life worse. And it can get so bad that there's a fatality. That's as bad as it could possibly get. Shout out to all of you. And may the universe bless you dog lovers and wake you up out of your stupor. And I hope all of you could join me on the next live stream as we continue with this crusade.